All right, so what we're gonna do here? We're gonna take a look at the worlds real quick for everybody. Traverse Town, Agrabah, Atlantica, Deep Jungle, Destiny Island, End of the World, Hollow Bastion, Halloween Town, Monstro, Neverland, Olympus Coliseum, 100 Acre Wood, and Wonderland. Those are our worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1. So let's get started, everybody. Let's start with the very first one that you go to, Destiny Island. Let's start with Destiny Island. So I'll move it over here so we can take a look at it. Destiny Island, this is where the game kicks off, right? This is on the beach. You know, we're looking for mushrooms. You know, we're looking for coconuts. We're racing Riku across the treetops. You know, we're building our raft.
Dueling everyone.
We're dueling everyone. If that kind of player, we're grinding by beating Riku a bunch of times and just gaining tons of XP and the rewards you can go sell at the shop at Traverse Town. So it's a very relaxing location, right? So it feels like Destiny Island for me is kind of like the normal world out of all of the worlds here. Like this is the one, and it's such a beautiful way to start the game. You start the game with a world that you're familiar with. Like it's basically like this is Earth type thing. Like this is a world you're familiar with before you go down the rabbit hole, if you will. So what do you guys think?
Go ahead, Vinny.
Oh, you go ahead.
Maybe as a host, I'll point it. Hey, Reed, tell me what you got, man.
There we go. I mean, it's a great zone. I was totally one of those people who would grind out and duel everyone, get tons of XP and all that stuff. The quarrel I have with it is like you never see where they live, and then there's the scene where the Heartless come, and he's looking out his window. It's like, where is that? In the scope of the island itself, and are they just riding taking their little boat off to this island unsupervised? How incredibly irresponsible of their parents. That's my big bad parenting is the biggest knock on.
That's what
Destiny
Disney
Island.
movies are known for, though. Just bad parenting
and thick moms.
That's another thing though. At first you're it's an island of orphans, and then you hear Sora's mom say Sora dinner, or you assume it's his mom or older sister or something, and then
I think it's his mom. It's definitely his mom. In the credits, it credits Sora's mom.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just a shame you can't see her because I bet she's so incredibly thick.
Yeah.
Dude, but the whole game he doesn't care about his parents.
Yeah, he did. When he first washes up on shore, he's like, "Where are my friends? The ones I just met, Donald and Goofy. Where's Riku and Kairi?"
Right,
whatever.
Say, "Oh, your world probably got destroyed," and he's just like,
"Oh,
"I
man.
gotta find Riku and Kairi." Not my parents are now dead.
See, bad parenting and means a resentful son.
There's a deeper story going on here.
Never abandon your friends, but your family.
Personally, I think Destiny Islands gets brownie points for looking so much like Besaid.
Oh, nice.
So
makes sense that Waka
and
Titus is there.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
right. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but Riku's outfit is sort of like a Besaid Aurochs outfit as well.
Yeah, kind of is.
So
let's join the team.
Which one was the really crappy Blitzball player? Was it Gato?
I think so.
Bada was pretty bad.
Bada?
I think Bada was the worst.
Keeper was the worst goalie in the game until you get him to level 99. But yeah, so I give it brownie points for just looking like Besaid. It's first impression of the game. One of the memories that stuck with me was how much Destiny Islands reminded me of Besaid, and that's coming straight off of playing Final Fantasy X, and it just kind of resonated with me the most. So I mean, I don't know if I'd put it in A tier. It's probably Gorsh level.
Let's go Gorsh level, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think it is it's a very good intro because you just got out the prologue, where you fight the Big Shadow Man. That's actually his name.
Yeah, Big Shadow Man.
Yeah. Please, Mr. Big Shadow Man is my father. But like, yeah, it sets you up with like the idea of like the mini games and all that kind of stuff. So, due to bad parenting, I'm gonna say Gorsh.
Due to bad parenting, I'm gonna have to say Gorsh. This is gonna be.
By the way, those stained glass like platforms of the princesses that you were fighting on in the prologue.
Yeah,
I thought those were really cool. That's
so
like really cool art.
I didn't know whether or not to include that in our ranking. That's called that's the dive to the heart world, and I feel like
dream.
Yeah. Or is it?
Honorable mention.
Is it real or is it not?
Oh.
Honorable mention. It goes in the is this for real or not? The the dive to the heart, because we don't know. So yeah, no, like I think I didn't know we just combined that experience with Destiny Island, like the dive to the heart. So for me, I like Destiny Island, even though it is only basically like 2 levels. Like you go through there and you can go into a shack, so maybe three different areas. But I don't know. I like Destiny Island for the way it starts. It just feels simple and clean. But it might be. I mean, I don't know, guys. Where we chat? You guys got to sound off too. Where do you guys want to put Destiny Island, chat? You let me know. But for now, I think we're gonna lay it into Gorsh. We have two Gorshes and one. Is this for real or not? Because I would put it in. Is this for real or not?
I for what it does, and if you think beyond this to like other games. I think is this for real or not? Especially if you add the prologue, because I always enjoy the prologue.
Mm-hmm.
Like picking your weapon and which one you don't want, and all
answering
that.
some really deep questions about yourself.
I'm
I'm 12 years old, and I'm like, what do I cherish most?
Dude, I was always the person who's like, what do you fear the most? And it's like getting old. And now we're doing an episode on how this game's 20 years old. And I'm just like, well.
It might not have been that back in when I was 12, but it is now. It might be getting old.
Yeah. And considering that this is effectively where this quote came from, I think is this for real or not is fair.
All right. We'll leave it there. Next up is going to be because you go from Destiny Island and you find yourself in Traverse Town or Traverse Town. I called it Traverse Town for the longest time.
I always call it Traverse Town.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I call it Traverse Town.
So we're in agreement. So Traverse Town, this is where you wind up. You go, you run into Donald and Goofy eventually. You kind of see, or is that on this? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're not going in continuity. We're everything that happens in Traverse Town. You eventually run into Riku later on. You fight because you have to go back to Traverse Town and seal the keyhole. All right, Gorsh. So yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff goes down in Traverse Town. A lot of cool like Trinity symbols to go through. A lot of collectibles. Cool boss fights.
It's your home world.
Yeah,
it is. I mean,
all the Final Fantasy characters are there, or most of them.
High key, best part of Traverse Town. Not maybe best, but one of. Merlin, dude.
Oh yeah, man.
I love that, and the Dalmatians mini game is like based out of there. Like you said, like going back after you unlock every Trinity and doing that just like is it's so great. I mean, honestly, this might be somewhat controversial. I'm saying it's simple and clean.
You know what? I go simple and clean. What do you got, Vinny? Vinny?
Yeah.
Going simple and clean too. It's unanimous, everybody.
Unanimous, simple and clean.
Traverse Town.
Yeah, when I made my list, I think Traverse Town was number 3 on my list.
Okay, so you have a couple in the simple and clean.
Yes.
Oh.
And I mean, Traverse Town's where the Final Fantasy homies are.
Wow!
The Final Fantasy homies are in Traverse Town. So.
But yeah, that's true. All the FFTV homies are in Traverse Town, man. Not all of them, because Cloud is going to be in Olympus Coliseum, which is
the 2 best Final Fantasy characters of all time, Yuffie and Cid, are in Traverse Town. So,
dang, dropping it like that.
You just gave me so many flashbacks of discussion we had in like one of our very first shows.
Oh
Where
god.
we were talking about characters, and you
And-
you were just on one on Yuffie and Sid.
Yeah.
Because like it all just came flooding back to me. I was like, wait, who is in? Oh my god!
Can I just also mention how much so like Riku is also obviously one of my all-time favorite video game characters of
Mhm.
all time, and so it hurt me that like the name Riku was given to somebody else, and I was like,
Yeah.
ah,
But it's
like,
just
I was
1K.
it just doesn't. Yeah, I know, but it just still doesn't feel right.
I know.
was-
Yeah, I actually got like a little confused when I was typing in the names. I don't know when I was typing in the name. I think it was for the Mad Libs, but I was typing in and I was like, oh crap, is it 2Ks or 1K? I know it's either or. For Riku, it's in Kingdom Hearts, it's 1K.
1K.
Yeah.
And then the real Riku is 2Ks.
Yeah. So we got Olympus Coliseum is next up. I mean, technically you could go to Tarzan's world. I like this about Kingdom Hearts. You're able to kind of choose which way you want to go. Which way did you
Yeah.
guys go every time you
I-
played the game?
I go to Olympus.
Oh no, I'm so
Coliseum first.
sorry.
What?
Wonderland.
It's either Wonderland or Olympus Coliseum, correct?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah, right. Technically, Wonderland has the lesser stars, like the difficulty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the normal one. When I just played through again, I did that, but the first time I played the game, and I was super hyped. I was super stoked for Coliseum, so of course I went straight there.
Yeah, yeah. I knew that's where Cloud was going to be, so that's where I kind of wanted to go.
You don't. I don't know because I've never tried it, but you don't actually ever have to go to Coliseum, do you?
Some of these worlds are skippable. Not sure if the Coliseum is a skippable world.
It has a key. It has a keyhole, but I don't think you need to go to it. I'm not 100% sure.
Huh. I know
Uh,
100 Acre Wood is skippable and Atlantica is skippable. I know those two are. I'm not sure if Olympus Coliseum.
I didn't know Atlantica was skippable.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I skipped past it to go to Halloween Town, but
So yeah, I mean, let's start with Wonderland since Wonderland is the lesser difficulty, so we'll go there. Wonderland, like I said earlier, man, this is cool. This is like kind of your introduction. You've had Destiny Island, which is you're familiar with. Traverse Town, not necessarily a Disney World either. I mean, you do run into Merlin and stuff, but mostly it's the mashup town. You have Final Fantasy and Disney characters there, so it's kind of easing you in. But now it's time to go down the rabbit hole. And now it's time to go into the Disney magic. We're in the Wonderland now. I thought this was a great introduction. It's one of those things when you think about a video game, like what's the first thing that pops in your mind? Most of the time for me when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, the first like visual that pops in my mind is either Deep Jungle or Wonderland. Those are the two that always pop in my mind. Because I know why Deep Jungle, and we'll get to that in a second. But Wonderland, I think, is on the opposite end of that, where it's actually I really enjoyed Wonderland. I thought this was a great level. What did you guys think?
yeah, I love it. Little fun fact: Wonderland has my favorite Disney character of all time, the Cheshire Cat. So, you know,
nice.
seeing the Cheshire Cat in there with his little shenanigans and everything, that was great. And the Alice in Wonderland just has so much in it that they were able to mess around with for like game mechanics, like your character's size, like having to shrink down,
Go
and then
upside down, and
go upside down, and then the boss fight at the end where it's like you have to use you have to use the environment to fight the boss, and then the boss also has to use the environment to fight you. Like he has to light his clubs on fire on the stove, and it's like, and then everybody in Alice in Wonderland is always, they just seem so like, they don't care about you, and like at all. Like the doorknob is just like, I'm sleeping, dude, leave me alone.
Yeah,
And like, like, they're all doing their own thing, and it's your first. Sora's confused enough, and then he goes to this world where nobody wants to help him at all. It's like it's just comical.
I'm really surprised. I just asked chat where everybody thinks Wonderland should rank, and like we're praising it right now, and
Yeah, right.
Block Sheep says complicated and dirty. Like just Hated that place.
So
Very interesting.
Yeah, I can see some of the gripe because like I do think it's really cool they like buy into the Wonderland thing, how the size shifting and the flip upside down stuff like that. But I mean, man, the forest there was. I mean, if you really think about it, it's like the room you start in. There's the Queen's Court, and then there's like the little jungle, or little forest area. It's like
And then
they
the tea party.
yeah, but I mean that's part of it. But like they really expedite it. Like it's such a short zone.
It is,
Like,
yeah.
but that said, the boss fight is like far and away the best part of it because, like you said, you're using like the whole room, and having never played an action RPG, like that's pretty neat. Especially like jumping up on the table to hit him. You can use the chairs for cover and stuff like that. Love the boss fight. So that saves it for me. The zone itself, I don't really care that much about. I think it's the aesthetic is really cool, but the boss fight gets it. I mean, the boss fight at least is Garsh worthy.
It's at least Garsh worthy. Like I mean, also don't forget about the Queen and the cards boss fight too, where that one actually had you had to like attack
Stop
the tower.
Yeah, attack the cage.
How long did it take you guys to realize you had to do that?
Too long.
I use
long, yeah.
lock on all the time. So I like once I locked onto somebody and then I clicked to change my lock on and I saw I can hit it. I was just like, I'm gonna smack the crap out of this thing. And then
I didn't know, man. I didn't know.
Also,
because like I thought smacking the crap out of it, I thought it was the target for the cards to attack. Like for me, it's because when the match starts or the boss fight starts, it says, "Don't let the cards touch the tower," or something like that. And I was like, okay,
they're trying to crank it. And
they're trying to crank it, but I thought by me attacking it, I thought I'd break it, and then the thing would drop and I'd lose. So I always was like tower defense, right? Like so, I'm just attacking the cards for like long time. I'm just killing cards. I go to attack the Queen. You can get a hit off there before she smacks you away. And I'm like, why is this taking so long? And I remember like it all came back to me just recently. I played it. I think I fought the Queen like 2 days ago, and it all came back to me. I was like, this is the same exact thing I did when I was a kid, and I don't think I remember how to do this. And I'm like, I refuse to look up a strategy. I'm like, I can figure this out. I figured it out when I was 12. I'll figure it out when I'm, now. So I'm just going to just keep playing. And eventually I said, screw it. I'm just going to attack this tower. And that's what I had to do. But yeah, you had to kind of have to figure it out, which in a way, I like that about Kingdom Hearts 1. It's kind of like that for most of these worlds where it doesn't really give you a lot of direction. You just kind of have to explore and figure it out. So that's kind of cool about Wonderland as well. Trying to learn the boss fights, getting on the table to, like you said.
There's also the trial though, which I think is completely like underrated. Like she has you go and look for all this evidence, and you bring her all this evidence, and then she goes, all right, here's my one thing of evidence, and instead of going through them all, let's just leave it up to RNG, and you pick the box, and whatever evidence is in that box is what we'll go with.
Yeah.
And it's like such a like an FU moment.
Both times that I played recently, it was a Heartless. Is that?
Me too.
Is it always a Heartless?
You can pick Alice.
Oh, okay. And then does that like skip the fight altogether? No,
I've never picked Alice.
I never did either. It's always Heartless.
Another thing that we have to mention that's very unique to Wonderland is it is the only world where the keyhole is sentient, and in 2022, like
that did look pretty aggressive.
Yeah, it's like
he yawns and you're just like, now
shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. That was my chance. That was my chance to insert.
Brazzers, like. I just thought that. Like I was just like, man, this guy.
It's time to seal the keyhole.
This door just wanted to sleep, and you're just like, this is like the worst day of his life. Like he's like getting violated by some spiky hair like preteen and a duck.
Oh god. So all right, so Wonderland is definitely Gorsh worthy.
Yeah.
I'd say, is this for real or
Oh,
not?
crap.
For me, my vote is this for real or not? Oh, okay. Apparently, we don't have that. There we go.
I was trying to move it on Streamlabs, but I have to go to the website. So so Vinny says, "Is this for real or not?"
You're the tiebreaker.
Reed says, "Gorshworthy." God, I can't believe. And then chat saying like we got two people in chat. We got Block Sheep and Vincent Graymore saying hated that place. So what we're gonna do here is, since I'm a little undecided, I almost want to say, is this for real or not? I'm gonna go ahead and let chat influence the decision. We're putting it in Gorshworthy. It's Gorshworthy. All right. So now we go to Olympus Coliseum. This one's very street. There's a very small world. There's not much going on. You're basically, you go in there, you fight in your tournament. You see Cloud. You eventually fight Sephiroth. You see Hercules, Hades, the best villain in Disney. And I love this.
No way.
What?
No way. Oogie Boogie's the best
Oh,
villain in Disney.
Oogie Boogie. I love Hades though, man.
And this would be a discussion for the pick two things.
Oh
But,
yeah, Oogie Boogie or Hades.
But like, it's
If you-
also like I hate, like, James Wood is like kind of a douche in real life, but it's like that voice,
Yeah,
like
true.
him as Hades is just so perfect.
Yes.
But like, if you like look at Oogie Boogie and then look at like Patrick Star from SpongeBob, Oogie Boogie's like the undead Patrick Star.
Dude, yeah, well, it's like that like I'm pretty sure it's the official title of it, like .jpg. It's like menacing Patrick face where he's like laughing. Like, that's just Oogie Boogie, like pixelated differently.
Yeah, that's Oogie Boogie with skin is Patrick.
Ooh, that's terrifying. He's got a much better house in the game, too, or doesn't
Alright,
live
so-
under a rock.
And then also in Kingdom Hearts 1, I believe, are the like the challenges, right? Like where you fight the Rock Titan. Is that Kingdom Hearts 1? Right?
Yes. Oh wait, no.
Is that Kingdom Hearts 2? I'm getting them mixed up.
There's the Rock and the Frost Giant or Titan.
Yeah.
I'm doing a quick check. Keep talking.
Okay. I was bringing out my strategy guide.
I thought those were in 2 because I thought in 1 it was just Kurt Zisa and the Phantom.
You fight Kurt Zisa in Agrabah?
Agrabah.
Yeah, and then Phantom in Neverland, right?
Mm-hmm. Clock Tower.
Yeah. Final Mix had a secret boss as well. Was the hooded figure. So what's up?
Rock Titan is an antagonist who appears in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix,
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts Recoded, and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So,
you
yeah,
also
Kingdom Hearts 1.
I mean, you also fight. Yeah, right here at Rock Titan. You got the Platinum match, which is Sephiroth. You fight Hades here. You fight. I think you fight even Leon and Yuffie.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, the first
Cloud.
elephant in the room is that Coliseum has by far the highest replay value of
Yeah.
any world. Like, it's just one little room, arena, but like there's a million different things to do in it.
I think its simplicity is its downfall,
Hmm.
really. Like, yes, like we have a simple and clean, and this is probably the most simple and clean world.
Right. Yeah.
But
Well,
it's just,
it's outdoors on dirt, so it's like simple and dirty.
It's simple and dirty.
I feel like it's more of like a Final Fantasy X Monster Arena, kind of just like a mini game area with a story.
Okay.
And it's like, I love like arena type, like do it, but it's like, it's so, I don't know, it's just so like unimpactful for me.
Okay.
Fighting Cerberus was probably the coolest part of it. Even
Great boss fight.
even with Sephiroth as a boss fight in there, I still think Cerberus was like the coolest aesthetically, and
Do you
what
think?
it had like,
Do you think Hercules was like, "Yo, I don't want to fight Cerberus"?
No, so
Well,
well, he
I'm
even
wondering.
he says that like when he gets Cloud out and you go in and you beat Cerberus, Hercules is like, yeah, no, I weakened Cerberus a bunch.
Yeah.
But he had also been fighting Cloud, so he was weakened. Then that. Another thing I want to mention, and this goes into like how I rate the worlds is because like in every world, either you get like a super like powerful item, or in like every world you unlock a spell.
Mhm.
So in Wonderland, I think you get frost there, which is like, or ice, or
Yeah, I think you get ice.
Blizzard. Jesus Christ.
Ice
too
3
many-
actually.
Too many JRPGs lately that
Yeah.
have different names for like but in
Eat freeze. Is it eat freeze or deep freeze? Tell me. Somebody tell me.
it was deep freeze, but now it's deep freeze.
I think it's deep freeze.
And you get arrow. I
My
think,
son
from the
corrected me
Coliseum,
on
right?
that. I was like, eat freeze, and he's like, I think he says deep freeze, and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
You do get arrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, so like, I mean, getting arrow, which is like one of the most powerful spells in the game, is also huge. But like, the other thing is like you mentioned the monster arena, like that is so like laborious, like because you have to catch them all and all that stuff like that. I always like enjoyed that, like pretty much after every world you beat after Coliseum, there's a new challenge, and it's like harder. So it's like, and it kind of gives you the boost for the next world after that. Like I always like that.
Okay.
So we're just on two sides of that spectrum.
We are, because I like simple and clean on this one, Vinny. I love the Olympus Coliseum. So I got simple and clean. Vinny says, is this for real or not? Right? Or did you go lower?
Oh yeah, this is Donald Death Noises.
Oh my, wow! He's got Donald Death Noises. Oh wow. And then Reed, what did you have?
I would say, is this for real or not?
Whoa. Okay. So, this is crazy. I got simple and clean. Reed has, is this for real or not? And then Vinny's got Donald Death Noises. So it's got to fall in between Gorsh and is this for real or not?
I think, realistically, I think I'm trying to balance your guys' picks. For me personally, I would probably say simple and clean, but I think the fair median would be, is this for real or not? Like,
okay, we'll put it
just
in the
mean,
last.
if you both are saying simple and clean,
yeah, I'd say ask chat.
Chat, help us out here, chat. Let us know where do you think Olympus Coliseum falls, and you may influence this decision. This decision may be influenced. For now, I'm gonna put it in last place of the is this for real or not. So it's always gonna remain behind anything else, I think. Where
has Olympus has fallen? Where does Olympus has fallen?
Where does Olympus has fallen?
That's a Gerard.
Yeah, but if Olympus has fallen, then why not force all Olympus?
I think my contestants or my co-hosts are broken.
I love those the argument memes where it's like they're just incoherent like that.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go on over to Deep Jungle now.
Let's just save ourselves some time and put it in complicated and dirty.
Complicated and dirty. I feel like Reed, are you in agreement?
Dude, that zone sucks. Other than you get cure there, which is great, but like the zone, like navigating it is terrible. Fighting, oh my god, what's his name?
Segura, the cheetah.
Kerchak.
Yeah.
No, not Kerchak. Yeah, I know.
Segura, I think.
Yeah, but like he's the only decent fight. Yeah, Saber or whatever. And then like the main boss fight,
Clayton.
which is Clayton and the Invisilizzy.
Invisilizzy.
I mean that fight does nothing for me. It's a lame boss fight. The zone sucks. You get cure.
It's a very
using Tarzan
tight,
is fun.
narrow zone, like area where you're fighting that Invisilizzy. Yeah.
It is the first zone where you can use the Disney character as an ally.
That's true.
Cool. Right. And Tarzan is good.
Love Tarzan the movie. It's probably my favorite Disney movie. So.
And I think it's the first world where you can run into those, like, mushroom-looking Heartless with the red cap, like the red thing on their head and like the white robe, and you kind of have to figure out what you got to hit them with for them to not just like teleport away.
Yeah, that's true.
what I didn't like, and I literally just played this yesterday, and I was just like, this is awful. Was you
Navigation.
start at the treehouse, and then you go to the camp, and then they say, "Oh, something's going on at the treehouse," and you go to the treehouse, save the baby monkey, and then go back to the camp, and they're just like, "Something's going on at the treehouse." Oh, all right, we'll go back up there.
I just saved that baby monkey.
Boss. Right, and then you go back to the camp, and they're just like, "I heard Clayton shoot something by the treehouse," and then you go, and then you come back. You have to no. She doesn't say by the treehouse. You go to where Clayton shot, and then there's just some enemies there, and then you have to go to the treehouse in order to go back to that spot for the chameleon to spawn. It's like, why am I going?
I'm sorry. You mean Invisibility?
Invisibility.
Invisibility. Or what's the name of it for Monster Hunter?
Oh.
Chameleon or something. There's a Monster Hunter boss that's way better. Like Monster Hunter does the chameleon thing way better.
God,
and
dude.
It's.
Mm.
But
I mean, yeah, I just played it the other day too. I was like, I remember why whenever you think of Kingdom Hearts, Danny, it's because of you think of Deep Jungle and Wonderland. Like those are the two worlds that just pop out the most to me, and I know why Deep Jungle now, because I think I was just so completely lost there as a kid. Like I was like, I was stuck there for so long, and then this game I'm like playing it now with all the gamer knowledge that I have now. With 20 years of experience more than I had when I was 12. And I still was like, where do you want me to go? Why do I have to go back to the treehouse? And like, go back to the treehouse, come back down, treehouse, get back down. It was like, this is just...
Also, it's worth noting that like the final boss fight is completely anticlimactic because you don't even have to hit the Invisibility. You can just hit Clayton, and he's got like 800 health. Like you can kill him in like 2 seconds. Like it's just a cakewalk. Like
and
the zone
fire.
is the boss. The zone is the boss, and that easy boss fight is like the reward.
Yeah, it's their apology for making Deep Jungle.
So part of me wanted to put Deep Jungle in the but just because Tarzan is like my favorite Disney movie. Whoa, hello. Okay, Tarzan is like my favorite Disney movie. So it
Great
kind
movie.
it kind of makes me want to put it higher,
In the context of the
but
game
I can't.
itself.
It's
Like,
complicated
in
and
the
dirty.
the movie is great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's among animated films composed by Phil Collins. It's got to be near the top.
It's gotta be the best one. All right, so
Going back to the treehouse wouldn't be nearly as bad if you didn't have to do the vine
Have to do
swinging
the vine
every single time. Like after going there once, there should just be a shortcut to it.
Yeah.
Like not even like a shortcut, just a different path that opens up to where you don't have to do the vine thing every single time you want to go there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the only good thing about going there is using Tarzan and getting Kier. Other than that, it's take or leave it.
all right, so I think we're in agreement there. That one goes down at the complicated and dirty. We're gonna go over to, we got 100 Acre Wood is kind of like, when you go back to Traverse Town, you can go back to you can start the 100 Acre Wood. I think we'll come back to that one. What's the next one on the agenda, guys? I'm trying to remember.
After that is Agrabah, I believe.
Agrabah. All right, let's take a look at Agrabah now. Talk about a world here, man. This one was packed with a lot of stuff. Like, you could tell, I think they spent the most time, or not the most time, but a very good chunk of time in Agrabah. Like, we start to get story beats that are starting to come, happen. We get a huge world to explore, including the Cave of Secrets, right? Like, so we're getting a ton of stuff in Agrabah. Where do you guys rank Agrabah?
Complicated and dirty.
Really? That was
Yeah,
so fast,
I hated Agrabah.
Wow.
Hated it. The navigation of Agrabah, where every time you do something, the layout of the city changes. Like they throw different blockades up.
That's true,
You
yeah.
have to platform your way around the city, and then the coolest part I think of Agrabah was fighting the giant
Pot
lion
sample?
head in the desert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Cave of Wonders.
The Cave of Wonders, yeah.
Yeah, the Cave of Wonders head. Fighting him was cool, and I mean, full disclosure, I didn't know of Kurt Ziza when, like, I'm gonna fight him this playthrough, obviously, but I guess because I hated Agrabah so much, I never went back, or never felt like I needed to go back. But yeah, I never fought Kurt Ziza. But even the final boss fight, fighting Jafar, he, like, his first part was harder than the second part. The whole fight was easy, but I just literally jumped up and just beat the crap out of his genie lamp while he missed me with every single boulder he threw, and I was like, that part didn't even need to happen. It could have been a cutscene because it was basically just like a waste of 3.5 minutes hitting a genie lamp.
It's like, if you take a look,
how would you summarize Agrabah? 3.5 minutes of beating a genie lamp.
Like, take a look at, like, this was Wonderland. This is how many screens there are in Wonderland. This is how many screens there are in Agrabah. Like, there's so many different areas in Agrabah. I say screens, but I meant Agrabah, or I meant areas. Zones, yeah.
Zones, areas, etc.
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 There is a lot of stuff that goes down. I will agree with them, like, complicating things for the sake of complicating things by every time you go out of the area, you come back in, it's different layout. You know, that kind of, like, confuses the mind. You're like, what the heck? But once you're out of Agrabah and you fight the pot centipede, which is an interesting boss fight.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Cave of Wonders was a cool boss fight, like you said.
Cave of Wonders, once you get even just in there, it's a blast.
Yeah, and the Cave of Wonders
itself,
itself, man. Isn't that crazy?
In itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like its own world.
I hated inside of the Cave of Wonders. Just, it felt left-sided, if that makes sense. Because there's, like...
Very democratic.
There's
very
just
liberal,
nothing...
left-leaning.
It's just, everything was to the left. There's just black openness
to the left,
over to the
left.
right. And then everything was, like, it was, like, 3 zones. And then, it's like, okay, you figure out you need to fall down, go into the water, break the thing, and then that's the end of Cave of Wonders.
That's true. I guess you're right. Yeah, I mean, it is simple.
I can't even remember what it was, but there's a couple things in the Cave of Wonders. One of the puzzles that's, like, infuriating, but there's a great place to grind. I don't know, man.
They littered the area.
It's the movie too, so it's like I am biased. But I also thought, like you said, they really went, like, ham on world building.
Yeah.
In Agrabah. So I mean, for me, is this for real or not?
Is this for real or not, Vinny? You said complicated and dirty. Okay, we're on the other ends of the spectrum here again. Agrabah, I get everything that Vinny said. So I kind of put Agrabah at the Gorsh level. So we got complicated, dirty, Gorsh, and is this for real or not? We have Block Sheep saying in the chat that he loved this one. Definitely agreed on Deep Jungle being worse than Wonderland.
What spell do you get in Agrabah?
Is that hero?
Agrabah increases fire to Fira. And, ice blizzard to Blizzara.
Man, okay, so I say Gorsh worthy. Reed says, "Is this for real or not?" Vinny says, "Complicated and dirty." I don't think we put it. I don't know if it necessarily goes in the Donald Death Noise. Blowing up. No, please keep it up, Block. I want to talk to you, man. I wish you were on the show. You just keep on coming and keep chiming in, man. I love hearing it. Love seeing it. So Black Sheep saying he loved it. Where would you rank this, Black Sheep? Because you could help us determine whether it goes into Donald Death Noises or it goes into Gorsh. If you go higher, like if you go higher than is this for real or not, or simple and clean, it goes in the Gorsh category. If you go with anything Gorsh or lower, it goes Gorsh or lower. I don't know if he can actually. I think he said earlier he had to have it muted, so I don't know if he hears me. So for now, ask him in chat, Vinny. Ask him where he wants to put it. I'm going to put it in Gorsh for now, and then we'll get Block Sheep's input. Vincent, if you're here still too, let me hear your ranking. You guys can help us influence the decision here. Anybody watching, influenced this decision. He says, "Is
Black
this for
Sheep
real
says,
or not?"
Is this for real or not? So
It's got to go
I
Gorsh.
guess that's
then.
a Gorsh.
That's got to be a Gorsh.
That's a Gorsh.
Gorsh.
That's a good one. Gorge.
All right, so let's go on to 100 Acre Wood. Reed, how you looking on time?
We can keep going.
Okay.
Right
so
now.
we'll kind of go through this one now. Actually, what's next after Agrabah? Is it Monstro?
After
Apple.
Agrabah is either Atlantica or Monstro, depending
Monstro.
on which wormhole you take.
All right, let's go with Monstro. This
I'm
is
gonna start.
another one that really like stands out in my mind. The aesthetics of this world. Reed, it sounds like you have something you really wanted to say about Monstro.
For whatever reason, also just because, I mean, you know, I'm a sea nerd, ocean nerd, whatever. Monstro has always been like one of my, like, every Pinocchio movie ever, I will see it in theaters just so I can see Monstro, like every different form of him. And I also thought the level was really good. Like, I'm probably simple and clean on Monstro.
Whoa, we got a simple and clean here for Monstro. Vinny, what you got?
I'm gonna put is this for real or not? Because just like so.
Also, yeah,
Just-
like you're flying to another world and Monster just like intercepts you and eats you. Like, it's
That's
so
cool.
cool how you go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's just something like I don't for lack of a better word, I guess, fascinating about just thinking about a gigantic whale, like a cosmic whale, like just swimming through space. It's just like a very
That's cool.
you know. And then Geppetto and Pinocchio are inside, and who was it, Jiminy? Explaining, he's just like, oh yeah, this, you know, an interstellar whale is like, oh, this is just normal for them. Like, this is just, gotta look out for those intergalactic space whales.
Yeah.
The Council of
You
Space
gotta watch
Whales.
out for those. The parasite cage was the boss fight in this one, where it traps Pinocchio. That was a cool boss fight. I think what it was about Monstro for me was that the world did look the same everywhere you went, but
Just like the inside of a whale.
just like the inside of a whale, where it is disorienting, and I mean, it could be on purpose or not, but like for me, this is like, I know this is a gripe for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like Monstro for this very reason that I kind of do. So where it's disorienting, it's not telling you where to go very much. You get lost. You're fighting Heartless a lot, trying to figure out where to go. But for me, I actually love the exploration of this game. I like, in the game in general, like Kingdom Hearts 1 is very much more exploration than I mean, it's combat focused too, but exploration's a big key part of the game. Pun intended on that one. So I love the exploration of Monstro. You get lost. It's like a Zelda type thing where you're just kind of lost in this dungeon trying to figure out where to go. I like it. Monstro for me goes, is this for real or not? So Reed goes with simple and clean. Vinny, you went with, is this for real or not? Okay. And then and I also went with, is this for real or not? So I think we're gonna put it about right here. Is that good? Since like Reed went simple and clean, we both went, is this for real or not? So we'll put it ahead. It's not necessarily simple and clean because it's not 2-on-1 here.
If we're gonna rank the specific like rows, I would say Coliseum goes in front of Destiny Islands.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that.
I agree.
Awesome. I'm good with that too. Yeah.
And another thing about Monstro that I never realized, but this recent playthrough, like yesterday, I got eaten by Monstro, and I was just like, man, I really just want to get to Halloween Town and show my buddy Halloween Town and the costume and stuff. As soon as you get eaten by Monstro, you can go to the save point and just go back to the gummy ship. You don't have to. You're not trapped in Monstro. So it's like you could just go on the gummy ship and continue on to what you were doing.
That's the cool thing. That's the other cool thing about it, though, is like how Cave of Wonders is like a dungeon in Agrabah. Monstro is a dungeon.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah. So very cool, man. So we got Monstro in second place right now. So let's go on to Atlantica next. Also in chat, I kind of want to shout out Seven Deadly Streamers is here. What's up, Seven Deadly Streamers? Thank you very much for tuning in. I see you're saying that Monstro was kind of weak. Block Sheep said he hated it as a kid, loved it later in life, and honestly, that makes sense because of how like complicated and it's not complicated and dirty, but it's just like it's complex. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Complicated and squishy, I would say.
Huh?
Complicated and squishy.
And squishy, yeah. Like complicated and squishy.
That would like get uncomfortable if like every time you took a step, it was like wait, which is actually the Donald noise.
You just keep stepping on Donald. I can't do it. All right, so we go on to Atlantica. Atlantica is a divisive. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. I think it's divisive in the fandom. So
I'm torn with this one.
Okay.
It's like I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I feel like I think I would rather watch someone play Atlantica than actually play it myself.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of it's omnidirectional.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool that you are a fish man. But like,
Dude,
but
You're a merman.
being a fish man is tight.
fish man.
Yeah, to be a fish man is tight.
Fish man. And Goofy's like a flounder or something, right?
He's a turtle.
Oh, he's a turtle. And then
Goofy's a
Donald
turtle.
is-
Yeah. Donald
Donald.
is octopus.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
it makes a lot more sense. Because like
Yeah,
I mean, you don't think about
octopus-
a dog underwater. Like it's got to be a dog turtle.
Right.
Yeah.
Dog
A
turtle.
A
And,
turtle.
and a duck has a beak, and an octopus has a beak.
For sure.
So it just makes sense.
Yeah,
Alright,
obviously.
So we got Dordle and Ductopus.
Turtle and Ductopus.
Hey, we could start doing our kaiju-esque podcast, right?
Yeah, right there. Dordle and
Starting off with
Ductopus.
Dordle
versus
versus the Ductopus.
So cool. This is the first time we see a redesign. Let's keep that in mind. Unless I guess, do you have the option to go to Halloween Town or Atlantica at this point?
I think
You have to you go to Atlantica and
Mhm.
then I think
That opens up.
you can go. Well, so I skipped Atlantica yesterday.
Okay.
I was speeding to Halloween Town.
Yeah.
You
okay.
go to Atlantica, and then I think Halloween Town is the other side. So it loops around.
Gotcha.
Depending on which side you pick.
Okay. All right.
But like I said, I feel like I'd rather watch someone play Atlantica who knows what they're doing, and like just like watch it because it's aesthetically pleasing. The shark is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
Ursula's cool
and
fight.
Ursula's boss fight is cool too.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I'd rather just not play it. I'd rather watch it and then go on and play the other levels.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know where I put it because I like it. I just don't like playing it.
that's a good way to like put it, I guess. If you find it complicated to control the swimming, you're not going to like this at all. If you're like if you feel like the swimming is natural to you, then I think you'll enjoy the level a little bit more. It does get complicated in the exploration side of things. This is the first time you're kind of going omnidirectional. You're going up, down, left, right. You're just go all over the place because you're swimming. I think, and there's also those currents that you have to hit, right? Like, don't you? It kind of gets a little confusing on where you have to go. But once again, for me, as the kind of gamer that I am, I guess I just enjoyed the game not hand holding and just letting you discover it, and it feels like exploration to me. I like the Ursula fight. I thought Ursula was at first it was like complicated to be in this boss fight where you have to kind of like swim away, come back in. It's kind of slow. If it was faster, I'd like it better. But the Ursula fight was cool. It's a good change of pace.
The best way I can think to describe that zone as a whole is it is very aesthetically pleasing.
I agree.
Like,
the
being,
music?
seeing everything's cool. The music's really good. That's why I love the Ursula boss fight. It's because like she has like the boss song. Even though like once it loops like 7 times, it gets a little old.
Yeah, because it's a slow fight.
But, like I mean, I had 2 pets named Flotsam and Jetsam as a kid because because that movie and everything.
That's cool.
But like, but it is.
Yeah.
I love the boss fight, but playing the zone other than the boss fight doesn't do it for me.
Okay. Are we going Donald Death Noises for the first time?
I would say Donald Death Noises. I'm sorry.
I'd go for Gorsh. Gorsh.
We got a Gorsh and a Donald Death Noise. For me, I go Donald Death Noises on this one. So I'm kind of with Reed. So we'll put it ahead of anything else there. Since Vinny has it on Gorsh, but it is definitely a Reed. What? All right. Yeah. All right. So now we can go over to Halloween Town. So
you might as well
okay.
do it before Vinny even has to say anything.
Yeah, you already know where that's
Well-
going. That's
well-
good. No. You put that above Trevor.
You put that above
Come on, you
Traverse.
put that above Traverse.
What
are you doing?
It's the best one.
All right.
Got to at least, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I totally agree. There's no. I mean, okay. Can we just go around and say why we love it? Just
Yeah,
just a
absolutely.
quick
Boss
reason.
fight,
Okay.
boss fight, and the sword you get.
Let's see. There's Oogie Boogie.
Mhm.
It's like the first world that doesn't really alter the this is hot like their the canonical song from the movies. Like you can clearly hear like this is Halloween in like the entire time you're going throughout the level. It's just it's all this is Halloween all the time. Like that's great. And then I mean Jack Skellington is such a Chad. He took control of the Heartless. He was just
He's
I control
Total
these now.
Chad.
Yeah,
Mega
and
Chad.
that's kind of cool because it's like now we're talking where the worlds are getting to the point where they're interacting with more of the Kingdom Hearts story rather than their own story. I think with Halloween Town really starts to do that.
Right. It's like they're actually interacting with the Heartless in a different way, and like Jack was just like, "Yo, those things are cool. I'm gonna take control of that.
I'm gonna
Like,
take control."
Like that's fine. I'm gonna use those.
Yeah.
And Jack is also a really good character to have on your team.
Is.
Yeah,
He's a total Chad.
And not to mention the
Chad's
designs are awesome. the redesigns for Sora, Donald, and Goofy are really cool. Love that.
right. Like and yeah, I was gonna say something, but I'm just so I'm just thinking about Halloween Town.
Looks like
But
Black
yeah,
Sheep
the-
agrees. What about Seven Deadly Streamers? I had no need to complain. Let's see the entire world.
That
Oh, I don't know.
sounds like he's agreeing.
He's good. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. So it looks like everybody kind of unanimously agrees that Halloween Town is the best. I mean, we're not done yet, but it's for now. It is sitting at the top of Simple and Clean. So let's go on over to Neverland. We're off to Neverland right now. So Neverland is an interesting one because you never really go to Neverland. All right. You're just basically you're on Captain Hook's ship most of the time. Am I right?
And you go to London too, right? Because you fight at Big Ben.
Do
Yeah, the
you?
clock tower,
Okay,
yeah.
you can fly around the clock tower. Okay, got you. So basically most of the time is spent on Captain Hook's ship, though. You fight Anti-Sora here for the first time. You kind of run into an Anti-Sora.
Yeah, I called him Doppelganger.
The doppelganger. Nice, that's cool. I like that. And then Captain Hook is your boss fight, and then after Captain Hook, yeah, that's it. But you do also get the
Have the
Phantom.
Phantom.
You get the Phantom hidden boss fight there. So Neverland, guys, this is where you learn to glide, right? This is where you learn to
Right,
fly.
it's so helpful. I
Mhm.
feel like it. Just
Well,
I feel like
The mechanics are really pretty much the same as Atlantica, like with swimming.
Yeah.
But it's actually, ironically, because Atlantica literally is in the water, but Neverland's flying is more fluid.
Mhm. Well, yeah, but you also get the ability glide, right? Like where you can go back to old worlds like Deep Jungle and use your glide ability and find things that.
That's also true.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So it gives you an ability to backtrack, kind of like a Metroidvania
huge, yeah.
style thing. So I think Neverland's cool, man. Where do you guys rank Neverland? Chat, chime in as well. I'd love to hear it. Reed.
I would. I mean, I also am a sucker for the Phantom fight, but also, the whole Riku, the story there with Riku and working with Captain Hook.
Oh
And
yeah, that's right. Big story beats.
I'm a huge Captain Hook fanboy too.
Hmm.
I would say, is this for real or not?
Okay.
I would put it ahead of Destiny Islands.
It's a really good point. This definitely had some very important story beats in Neverland that really felt like we're in the end game. You know. So Vinny, where do you got?
So like I'm super biased because of the glide ability, because like I've been waiting to get that so I can like go backtrack.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess if this was like my first time ever playing and I didn't know about glide, I'd probably put it in like high Gorsh or
High Gorsh.
like low
Gorsh?
high Gorsh or
High
or
Gorsh.
low, is this for real or not? But because of the glide ability and knowing about it, and then going back and fighting Darkrai the Pokemon at the clock tower, like I probably, is this for real or not?
Yeah. Yep. That's now I'll never see it differently.
You fight Darkrai there.
Yeah.
That's,
One of my favorite Pokemon, by the way.
he's cool.
Yeah.
Rayquaza is the coolest though.
Okay. I mean, Rayquaza is pretty tight.
We all know Caterpie is the superior Pokemon.
For sure. You Caterpie, bro.
He's the goat. Don't come at me. Don't come at me, and don't come at Caterpie.
My favorite Pokemon is actually Missing
Charmander
Number.
for me.
Oh yeah, Missing No, always fun.
Missing No is my favorite.
Missing
Pokemon.
No. All right. So where do we put this again?
I put it ahead of Destiny Islands.
Ahead of
Yeah,
Destiny
ahead of
Island.
Destiny Islands.
Okay, I like that. I like that placement there, above Olympus behind Olympus
Below.
Coliseum. And now we're going to take it over to let's just get the 100 Acre Wood. Let's go to the 100 Acre Wood before we start getting into those in-game worlds. 100 Acre Wood is a very different change of pace for Kingdom Hearts, as you find missing pages throughout the game. You put them into the book at Merlin's place in Traverse Town, and then you can just hop into the book. And you're basically just doing mini games at the 100
There's
Acre
no
Wood.
Heartless, right?
No.
I do not think there's any Heartless in the 100 Acre Wood. So basically, yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of janky mini games. They're not like very well crafted mini games, but it's a fun change of pace to where once you have to adapt to the bad mechanics, like it becomes like this challenge that you have to do. I don't know about you guys, but I just felt like I had to complete them.
For me, it's on the opposite end of Agrabah for me. Like,
Okay.
so Agrabah, I felt like they littered the map with enemies, especially those fat guys. What are they called? Big ones or something?
Oh yeah, the big I can't remember
they-
what they're called.
they-
Yeah.
I think they're called big ones.
Okay.
I'm just going off of what they're called in the Coliseum. I think it's big
Biggins.
ones.
Gotcha.
Biggins.
Biggins.
But so in Agrabah, there were just so many enemies and a lot of the fat guys that they're not hard to beat. It's just the pacing gets thrown off because you have to sit there and just keep smacking him and smacking him and smacking him, get around to his behind, smack him, and then his
Smack that
target
ass.
locking. His target locking is literally like, if he's locked onto you and you're moving, he's rotating with you, so you can't just spin around to his back until he stops to do something.
Those mobs suck.
Hmm.
And then so the flip side of that is 100 Acre Wood, where there's no combat at all.
Sure.
So it's like, the mini games are. I feel like if Kingdom Hearts 1 was made for Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5, the mechanics wouldn't even be an issue. I feel like it would be super fluid and a great place to be. But since it's a PS2 game, I mean, 100 Acre Wood, it's fun. I like Winnie the Pooh. Eeyore is cool as hell. But I'm going to say Gorsh. Gorsh!
Going with the Gorsh.
Gorsh for 100 Acre Wood.
It's just so slow for me, and the mini games I usually just ignore. I think there's like a Dalmatian puppy or something like there that you have to go and get to finish that side quest. But other than that, I pretty much I never even go there.
Okay.
For me, it's I'm not gonna say complicated and dirty, just because like it's not like it's not like a super hindrance on your plan. It's not like you have to go there. It sucks. It's like this little side thing, like you said, change of pace. But for me, it's Donald death noises.
It's a Donald death noise. For me, I gotta go with Gorsh. I think it's Gorsh worthy. It's such a different, like you said. I mean, you can just skip it altogether if you want to. You don't have to do it. It is just a mini game hub, basically. I do like what Seven Deadly Streamer says in chat, saying that he enjoyed how it was a place where you get to meet new Winnie the Pooh characters every page that you find. Kind of cool. Do a little mini game for them. Yeah, I mean,
It's like what? There's like
what's up?
there's like 7 pages, I think, right, or something like that.
I
And
think so.
the only like so it just sucks that you like if you want are into 100 Acre Woods, like you have to go and do all the stuff to get the pages.
Yeah,
So
and it
it's like-
also helps build up to your ultimate weapon. Your ultimate weapon, yeah. So doing the 100 Acre Wood stuff is how you get the ultimate weapon, or part of how you get it. So yeah, I mean, like, if the mini games weren't as frustrating as they are because of the mechanics of them, they're not as polished as I would like them to be. I would rank them. I would rank this higher because it is a fun place to do. It's like a gold saucer type thing where you just go there to have fun, get away from the grind. But since it's not very polished, but it's a good change of pace right before the end game, which is just going to be pedal to the floor the entire time. I'm gonna put it right there on the end of Gorsh. Does that sound fair? Sound good?
I think it goes above Agrabah. I hate Agrabah so much.
Oh man, Reed, do you agree? Does it go above Agrabah?
Nah, not for me.
Not for me either. I can't agree with that one, Reed. Oh, Vinny, I'm sorry, man.
I think the only world I hate more is Deep Jungle.
Deep Jungle for sure. All right, so here we are now, Hollow Bastion. This is the big one. This is the big one. We're getting into heavy story. We're fighting Riku, and that I don't know about you guys, but back in 2002 you couldn't skip the cutscenes, and I think I fought Riku so many times, but I don't remember the verse or the quote now. But I would go to school and I would literally be able to quote that entire cutscene because I had to watch the cutscene every time you lose, and I lost a lot against Riku.
Must have taken a lot of time out of your choreographing for Simple and Clean.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was a hindrance to my performance at lunch.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I mean, Hollow Bastion is for me is Simple and Clean above Halloween Town. This is the best map, or the best world in my opinion. I love the aesthetics of this world. I love the story of this world. The boss fights, just amazing, guys. So
Yeah.
for me, it's top tier. What do you guys got?
I have Simple and Clean, but below Halloween Town.
Okay.
I have Simple and Clean, but I might be with Danny ahead of Halloween Town, just because I mean, so much stuff comes to a head. I mean, fighting Maleficent's awesome. Even the outside, like of the actual Bastion itself, is great, and everything inside is. Boss fights are great. Everything, the story with Riku and everything comes to a head.
Beast
Having
and
Beast on your
Beauty and the
team.
Beast. Yep, having Beast on your team.
Ironically, a beast.
Yeah.
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 I think it starts at like level 70 or something, right?
In-
Like, he's
in-
just a Chad.
The whole
Yeah, and
seven princesses of hearts takes
As I was
place
saying,
here.
you see like all these scenes throughout the game where it's Maleficent talking to the other like villains and all of that stuff, and all
Yeah,
of
the
that
greatest
takes place.
villain of all time, Oogie Boogie.
It takes place, but it's in Hollow Bastion. So you're like hyped up for it, you're building for it, and then when you actually get there, it's like totally worth it.
Yeah,
So-
and it's massive.
It is massive.
It is a massive world. A lot of great boss fights in here. And then you fight Maleficent. You fight the dragon with.
Yeah, it's a great fight.
Yeah, just. Then when you find out a lot about like some revelations there. I mean, it's a 20-year-old game. I'm sure I'm not spoiling anything, but there's a lot of revelations there with Sora and Kairi, and
You actually just find a book of Revelations.
yeah, you just literally just find the book. Kairi gives you the book of Revelations. That's what I meant. I'm very literal with my way I speak. You fight the Behemoth there. Don't forget about that one. Behemoth is guarding the next the next world. So a lot of great things in that one. There goes my strategy guide. So So let's go Hollow Bastion for. It's definitely simple and clean. It's better than Traverse Town from what I'm getting here.
Yeah, it is.
Reed, what did you say? Did you have it above Halloween Town? I think.
Man, I mean, I love both of them. But I think it gets the added boost because it's like it's not, it's the last world. It's not like the last zone because obviously we have one left. But like, it's a very worthy final world. So I mean, for me, I'd probably put it first.
Okay. All right. First,
let's ask chat.
Let's ask chat. Yeah. Oh, that's not right. Oopsie daisy. How do I? Oh, I can't get rid of this. It's definitely not complicated and dirty, everyone. We'll just set it here for now.
Yeah.
All right. So Hollow Bastion right there. All right. Now let's talk about End of the World, everyone. I'm putting Hollow Bastion in front unless chat is able to convince us. Convince us.
100% of the people that voted on the poll voted that Reed and Danny are wrong.
100%.
100% people.
What's funny is 100% of them also said Vinny is extremely handsome.
That is also true.
So 100%.
Direct quote, a good boy.
All right, hold on.
Look, that's a unanimous decision.
I mean, 100% of the vote went to that. I do see 7 Deadly Streamers saying that I think he said frustrating. Finishing that segment is rewarding in a different kind of way.
That was for 100 Acre Wood.
No, that was for 100 Acre Wood. Okay. Beast is great, but level is frustrating. So I take that as 7 Deadly would say behind Halloween Town. But me and Reed got it at number 1 here. So.
Oh, 2 people.
2 people?
Two people voted.
My vote is for Halloween Town. Okay. Come on.
Our voter turnout has doubled.
We need
Our voter turnout has doubled.
we need more. We need more from chat. We need more from chat to tip the scales. I mean, we got me and Reed, heavy weighted votes here.
Chad, if you vote, then Danny will make a shareable clip of him doing his simple and clean performance.
I think that might have already been made. I did it earlier. Somebody might have already gotten it.
I'm pretty sure Downstorm clipped it way earlier.
Great. Yes.
But yeah, so there you go, guys. Chat, you gotta chime in here.
3 people.
3
people voted yes.
Oh.
I'm not alone in this.
Woo, Block Sheep, what do you got, man? Block Sheep, where you at?
Let's go.
He wants Town. He wants Halloween Town. Man.
The pure passion that Vinny has for it.
He does. It is. I don't know if I'm as passionate about it as Vinny, but he is definitely. He definitely got it.
He's the guy. He's why people make the Sigma meme.
Dude, Vinny he's on it. End of the World now, all right? Let's talk about End of the World. End of the World is the in-game stuff, man. This is where you fight like it's just a boss rush. A lot of different things. You do end up going back to Destiny Islands for a bit, but we're not going to I think we're going to include that segment into the End of the World is what I'm trying to say. So End of the World is everything that happens once you enter that thing. You do end up going back to some worlds, but so End of the World, boss fights, boss rush, the Chernabog, there's so many different bosses. You got Ansem, you fight him. You got just that last boss in general is pretty intense. What do you guys say about End of the World?
I didn't know there was anything past Halloween Town.
He just cuts the game off.
That's it. He's done talking.
And I mean, it's obviously very climactic, and everything's just like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
It's cathartic in that, but I mean, it's pretty short. I mean,
it is.
Obviously, I put it in. Is this for real or not?
Okay. I mean, the Chernabog fight was like very climactic, like you said. Like that is an epic fight.
Yeah.
The Chernabog fight.
So I'm gonna trust your guys' decision on this because I don't really have an opinion on it because I don't remember it too much. Really, I remember because again I beat Kingdom Hearts and then I never picked it back up again.
Mm.
I remember the last boss you had to fly around.
Yes.
Is that-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a flying boss on the Ansem and the artillery, I think it's called. The face.
I'm looking at the Chernobog right now. I don't remember that fight at all. I don't.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna trust you guys, and wherever you place End of the World. I literally remember being underleveled the first time I tried fighting him, and then died a whole bunch of times, and then
Yes.
grinding, and
Yeah.
then I don't think you could go back either, right? So I think I had to load a previous save or something. I'm not 100% sure because this was like.
I don't know if
Such
it's
a
the point of
long
no
time.
like once you enter the end of the world, is that the point of no return?
Yeah, I think it's like 10 when you actually go into Sin.
Okay, no, you go in, you can fight Chernobog, and then after that you get the final rest. And here is basically everything you can do. Like you have to do everything you want to do at the final rest. So you can go. You're in the end of the world, but right before you fight Ansem and everybody, you can go back. You just have to beat the Chernobog to get there. All right, so yeah, so like end of the world. Right now I currently have it behind Destiny Island. It's in. Is this for real or not? I feel like for me, I say it's better than Destiny Island.
Yeah, I think it's better in Wonderland. I'd put it in the middle.
Like right here, or no? Wait, is it better than Destiny Island?
Yeah. No,
I mean
I'd-
Neverland. That's
yeah,
Neverland.
Whoops, yeah, I meant Neverland.
Okay, so
Okay.
is it better? So better than Neverland?
I mean, I think that's a good spot just because.
I like it. It looks nice. It's aesthetically pleasing on the ranking.
It is.
All right, Vinny, what did you think? Does that look nice?
Sure, I trust you guys. Like I said,
Okay,
the
yeah,
only
yeah,
thing
yeah.
I remember from that is that I had to fly around to fight Ansem.
It's a
I
very
don't even really.
It's a very tough
Yeah.
fight, dude. Like it was like at least back in 2002, that was a
Very
tough
frustrating.
fight. Yeah, very frustrating fight, but also challenging and rewarding. And then it also ends with that. I mean, I don't know. Are we including the ending? I don't know. Just the ending in this, it kind of goes along with it. I love the ending of that, dude. And then the Simple and Clean starts playing, but not the upbeat like techno one, but like the true Simple and Clean. I'm like, you know, it's good. All right, so there's our ranking, everyone. We have Simple and Clean, Halloween Town, which I don't agree with. I think Hollow Bastion goes ahead of it, but I love Halloween Town, and I'm willing to accept it. I'm willing to accept it. So Halloween
another
Town,
poll.
huh? We
I
could
can do another poll.
do another poll. No, it seemed like chat was on board with it as well. We had 3 votes. I mean, which is pretty crazy,
They're
unanimous.
interchangeable for me. Like I'm happy seeing either one.
Yeah, I'm true with that. True with that too. So, Halloween Town, number 1, Hollow Bastion, Traverse Town. That's all Simple and Clean. Underneath of that is this for real or not? Monstro, Olympus Coliseum, End of the World, Neverland, Destiny Islands. And then underneath of that, and then the next tier is Gorsh, which is Wonderland, Agrabah, and 100 Acre Wood. Underneath of that is
Oh god. Oh, I can't do it now. I
what
forgot how
tier
to
is
do
it? Read.
You just need to build up some saliva.
Yeah, I think I do.
I forgot how to do it.
That's heartless Donald. I'm choking on a chicken bone, Donald. All right, Donald death noises.
What if that's actually a problem? What if like his voice is just totally normal? He's just like constantly choking and no one helps him.
I mean, Daisy's voice is normal. And she is
Yeah,
also
right.
a dog.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What if Daisy's voice was Donald-fied? Did she talk like that?
Yeah, right. We don't
Like,
get
imagine them getting like in a fight at home.
that. Then we have Atlantica and the Donald death noises, and then the very last is Deep Jungle. That was our ranking, everyone. Thanks for getting through that with us. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for chiming in and